Hello students, this is the second video of the lesson Big Data, Big Insights. In the first video, we have seen what is big data, how big data records our food habits, our healthcare, our traveling, our scientific pursuits, how they have changed in today's life, and how all this data is being recorded, monitored, and analyzed. While we use this technology, we leave a digital footprint which can be traced by various companies in order to acquire various forms of data. Now, data also we have seen is being accumulated not only in KBs, MBs, or GBs or TBs, the units that we are aware about, but even in PBs and EBs, that is petabytes and exabytes. So every day, petabytes and exabytes of data is being accumulated by various companies for their further use. Also, we have seen the 6 V's of big data, that is volume, variety, velocity, veracity, value, and variability. We have also seen how this big data is being analyzed to get information such as hidden patterns, unknown correlations, market trends, and customer preferences. So last but not the least, they have mentioned that it is not the amount of data, but what the organizations do with this data is what matters. Then we have seen the uses of big data in 3 major fields, that is location tracking, then to understand the weather patterns, and in the healthcare industry. Today we will be looking at the uses of data in banking, finance, and trading. Now, how potential is this big data in the field of banking? First and foremost, it prevents frauds. So there cannot be frauds because every access done by any individual in any particular account is being recorded and monitored. So the number of frauds that can take place has been reduced very much. Then identifying and acquiring customers. So when, for example, I get to know through someone about a particular bank, and when I start browsing about that bank, the facilities that are available, so that is when the bank acquires that yes, a particular person seeks interest in this bank, and that data which is collected by the particular bank helps in acquiring customers for themselves. Then retaining customers, keeping the customers intact, enhancing customer experience to give better experiences. They have various means wherein they can keep the customers with them. Optimizing operations, meeting regulatory requirements, improving product designs, and increasing transparency. Now let us see in detail. First, the advantage of big data in banking, finance, and trade. It helps to study the investment pattern. Today, students, as we see that people have started earning, they have a good family system, and so people, they want to make their future secure. They want to make the children's future secure, and hence many of the earning parents, they make investments for so that it can be used by them or their children later in their age. So when you kind of surf the internet for various investment patterns, the big data which is collected with the help of this surfing on the internet, this helps the investment companies to understand what kind of plans the person is looking for, and according to that, suitable plans are made by the investment companies. Okay. Also, it helps to predict and prevent cyber crimes, car fraud detection, archival of audit trails, etc. So whatever, people nowadays are very good at technology. So with the help of it, the technology can be good as well as bad. How it can be bad is something called as the cyber crimes, where people misuse technology for various reasons. So this kind of activity, this kind of suspicious activity can be recorded and noted by the various companies. Also, sometimes these technology people can also make use of cards, and fraud transactions can be made. So such transactions also can be detected and also the audit trails, that is whatever past audit, whatever past study of a particular account has taken place, so you can retrieve all that kind of um, uh, activities through the big data. Then handling missed transactions and net banking failures. There are some times when we kind of make some transactions on the internet making use of the net banking. So those kind of missed transaction, or the some transactions which do not get successful, which are failed. So how can you handle those kind of transactions? All those things are studied and analyzed with the help of big data. Now, this is in the field of banking, finance. Now, trading, if you see, particularly, there's something called as Securities Exchange Commission, that is SEC. Now, SEC is the US Security and Exchange Commission. Okay, it is an independent agency of the United States. Now, in India also, you have this kind of agency which is known as the SEBI. The full form is Securities and Exchange Board of India. Now, what is the function of this agency? Here they have specified the SEC. So SEC's mission is to protect investors. So now there are so many investors who kind of invest a huge amount of their wealth in the field of banking, finance, and trading. So to protect those investors by keeping their money safe, by maintaining fair, orderly, and efficient markets, and facilitate capital formation. The SEC also strives to promote a market environment that is worthy of the public's trust. Now, this firm or this agency was basically formed during the time of Great Depression, when people had lost their trust in this kind of investments and trading. So, in order to get those people to believe in the agency and believe in the system of investment, so with the help of the investment of so many people in the country is able to generate capital. Okay, so hence it is very necessary to have the trust of those investors, so that we can get them to invest more and more money, because we assure them that their money is safe with them. Okay, so similarly here in India we have SEBI. Now it monitors and regulates the Indian capital and securities market, while ensuring to protect the interests of the investors, formulating regulations and guidelines to be adhered to. So in when you are investing, when you are trading, you have to abide by the rules and regulations of SEBI. Okay, because they make sure that every transaction takes place in a secure manner. Now, what is the role of big data in SEC? Big data, whatever data we collect from SEC, it monitors financial markets for possible illegal trades and suspicious activities. So here also, since it's a huge amount that is being involved, there are possibilities of having illegal transactions or suspicious activities. So when that kind of things happen, the SEC, the big data helps the SEC to get the entire information about such kind of suspicious activities. Also, the big data gives SEC network analytics and natural language processors to identify possible frauds in financial markets. So they have entire process where it is already functioned in the system, that they can identify any kind of frauds. Now the next thing is high frequency trading. Okay. Now high frequency trading, known as HFT, is an automated trading platform that large investment banks, hedge funds, and institutional investors employ. Now here, this kind of a system is employed by large investment banks. So where banks have a huge amount which is being invested by various people, so they make use of it, and also institutional investors employ this kind of system, that is high frequency trading. Now, what is it? It is actually the a particular type of trading which uses powerful computers. It's not the normal computers that we have with us, but these are the powerful computers to transact a large number of orders, because the amount of data which is coming in is very huge. So such kind of data should be able to be handled by the computer. So such powerful computers which can handle large number of data or transactions, and at an extremely high speed. Okay, so the speed that we use in our computer is a very normal one, but the ones which is used here, which computers are used here in high frequency trading, those are the ones which are having very fast functions. Now here we also have the term called as hedge funds. Now what is hedge fund? It is an offshore investment fund typically formed as a private limited partnership that engages in speculation using credit or borrowed debit. So capital. Okay, so you can have capital which is either credit or borrowed one, and with them you kind of have funds. Now, how big data is used by HFT? Now, that is what we just spoke about, high frequency data trading, which has powerful computers because of large number of orders and at high speeds. So, how is big data being used here? Big data algorithms are used to make trading decisions, and also equity trading takes place via data algorithms that increasingly take into account signals from social media network and news websites to make buy and sell decisions in split seconds. So all this function happens within a split of a second. Okay, so such fast functioning happens with HFT with the help of big data. The next use of big data is in the field of sports. You all must have definitely come across this kind of various pictures or various scenes where in sports you have seen how they use the data of the past games of the players of their way they have played. So this data is being used in order to study a particular player's behavior, and accordingly then they can make plans. Now here in the field of sports, permutations and combination of statistical analysis is made. So a particular player, maybe a batsman or a bowler or a football player. So if he is particularly playing in a game, so you kind of study his entire history of various games that he has played, and with the help of that data, you kind of analyze the way the style that he plays with. So you record with the help. Now here in sports, what happens is they record various matches, they record training sessions and workouts, and this all recording creates a gigantic data. Now this data is easily available and can be reviewed by various players in order to study a particular game. It enables sports person to study his performance as well as others. So if you are, suppose for example, I am a cricketer, then I can see my own performance and understand what are the mistakes that I have made in my previous performances and try not to repeat them in my next performance. So for personal development as well, this big data is useful. It helps to improve individual and team performance. So when you see a particular team performing in the past, then you kind of study the team's behavior, the team's input, the team's performance, and with the help of that performance, then you identify and you strategize what things you are going to change in your next game. Sensors embedded in sports equipment. Now when you see for example in the game of cricket, now suppose you have an LBW. Okay, a particular batsman is getting is supposed to be out through LBW. So you see that when the bowler claims for the batsman being out, then they kind of have a replay of the entire shot that is being played. So that happens with the help of these equipments which are embedded on the sports equipment. So there are these sensors which give you an accurate judgment of whether a person has had an LBW, or maybe the ball must have hit his bat very slightly and has been taken a catch by the wicket keeper. So all these information can be very well and understood, and accurate decisions can be taken with the help of the sensors which are embedded in the equipment, either in the bat or in the stumps behind the batsman or these places. Also, we can understand the field conditions, the weather, and the individual performances with the help of this data. Now, video analytics give minute details of every performance. So when you see that every performance is being very much in detail studied, and then they can work on their performance. So can you see here, this kind of pictures we have often seen in the games, and so with them we kind of identify how a bowler throws his balls, and how they are either placed in a particular place, and it can be then targeted by the batsman. Okay, so such kind of data is then studied by the team. The next is advertising. Okay, the field of advertising definitely makes use of big data. Now the biggest players here is advertising. So among the other users of big data, other fields who use big data, advertising is one which is one of the biggest players here. uh, we have various apps like Facebook, Google, Twitter. All of these basically keep a track of the user behavior and transaction. We normally feel, okay, I'm just browsing through Facebook, or I'm just going through Twitter. But there is something that, sometimes there's a small headline and you kind of develop interest and you just click on it and you start reading it. So this kind of data, the behavior, you're like maybe constantly you've been clicking on such kind of a topic, so they kind of understand your behavior and they record it. They provide a great deal of data to the companies who actually can work upon it. Then entertainment and media, this also is one of the biggest area where data is being used. It focuses on targeting people with the right content at the right time. Okay, now they also studied the recommendations. It shows on the past views and behavior. So if you have been like for example, if I have been seeing maybe raincoats, okay, for the rainy coming rainy season, then anywhere I go, either I've been looking for raincoats on Amazon, but the moment I open Facebook, I will be shown advertisements with these various raincoats that are available on various websites. Or maybe if I'm playing a game online, then I in the middle of the game I'll be shown a particular ad with of raincoats, and they will ask me to go to that website for the same. Okay, so such kind of behavior we can see when we make use of this technology. Then Netflix and YouTube, they use this technique to increase engagement and drive revenues. Okay, so now Netflix is very much in trend. So people are using it. So these people, what they generally do is they use these techniques so that they can increase the engagement of their people, of the crowd, and they can drive revenues from them. Also, television broadcasters, they segment viewers database and show different advertisements. So you will see maybe every day when you watch TV from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, you will see that during this time particularly, if you're watching a serial, there will be many advertisements that will be played in between. So you kind of wonder that in the morning when you look at these serials, you don't find much advertisement, but particularly in the evening, why it happens so? Because they have seen that majority people, they switch on the TV at this time, so they make sure that this data is given to the advertisement companies, and they in turn charge them to play the ads for them in that particular time. Okay, so such is the functioning of the use of big data. So here you have two particular ways how big data is transforming the media and entertainment industry. One, it helps in predicting audience interest. So you kind of understand what the audience is interested in. And second, it offers insights into customer churn. So it finds out what the customers have been viewing, the activities, and then you kind of study this activity and get various information. And the last one is in the field of education. Okay, so in education industry as well, the big data is useful. How? It personalizes education, it analyzes students participation, it enhances quality of teaching, and it chooses helps in choosing a future career. Okay, so here what happens is when you use big data, you get information about students, how they have been studying, the study patterns. You can customize a dynamic learning program for them, and also according to the need of a student. So for example, a particular person is trying to get an entrance to crack an entrance exam for engineering. So his activities will be studied, and then a customized plan for him will be prepared, which will help him to crack his entrance for engineering. Also, course material can be designed according to the interest of a student. Convenient to understand choices, difficulties, information regarding because your activities tells what you require. So the on the basis of your requirement, it can all be customized, and we can also access the results, and it helps to gauge the progress of students and also his strengths and weaknesses. So all your online activities help you to keep your results recorded, and you can also review them in order to improve on your performance. So it improves student results, it customizes programs, it reduces dropouts, it targets international recruiting. Okay. So this is with the end of the lesson, big data, big insights. Thank you, dear students. But the main focus, I hope you have understood, is for you to understand that whatever online activities we are carrying on with, all this is being recorded and monitored, and hence through this lesson we need to always be careful and mindful of what activities we perform when we are online. Technology is definitely good, my dear students, but unless and until we make proper and correct use of it, it can show definitely various wonders. But if we misuse the technology, then it can backfire us sometime or the other. So it is definitely on us how we use technology, and how technology on the other end can help us develop as an individual for a greater good. I hope you have understood this lesson. If you have any doubts, please do message me on WhatsApp. Until then, stay home, stay safe.